University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, the student mind is under scrutiny again tonight, with a place in the second round for whichever team can tell us more about more or less anything. Tonight's losers will earn a chance to play again if they can place themselves among the 4 highest-scoring losing totals from these first-round matches. Now, Emmanuel College, Cambridge, was founded in the late 16th century to educate Protestant preachers, and over about 40 years it grew to become the largest college in the university. It remains one of the largest today, and alumni include the filmmaker Carol Rice, the broadcasters Stephen Sacker and Griff Rhys-Jones, and the writers Sebastian Folkes and Michael Frayn. With an average age of 20, playing on behalf of around 630 students in a college which won this series in 2010, let's meet the Emmanuel team.
Hi, I'm Connor MacDonald. I'm from Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, and I study politics and international relations.
Hi, I'm Vedant Nair. I'm from King's Lynn, Norfolk, and I study economics.
And their captain?
Hi, I'm Daniela Cagini. I'm from Warwick, and I'm studying English.
Hi, I'm Ben Harris. I'm from Bath, and I study geology.
Glasgow University is Scotland's second oldest, established by a papal bull of 1451 at the behest of James II. Alumni include the economist Adam Smith, the inventor of television John Logie Baird, and more recently the actor Gerard Butler, the comedian Susan Calman, and the politicians Ming Campbell, Vince Cable and Nicola Sturgeon. Representing around 27,000 students and with an average age of 22, let's meet the Glasgow team.
Hi, I'm Lewis Barn. I'm from the town of Airdrie in North Lanarkshire, and I'm studying for a diploma in professional legal practice.
Hi, I'm Freya Whiteford. I am from Bonnybridge near Falkirk, and I'm studying physics with astrophysics.
This is their captain.
Hello, my name is James Hampson. I'm from Helsby in Cheshire, and I study medicine.
Hi, my name's Cameron Herbert. I'm from Burley and Wharfdale in West Yorkshire, and I study sociology with quantitative methods.
Usual rules, 10 points for starter questions. They've got to be answered individually. Bonus questions are team efforts, and they can be worth 15 points. Right, 10 points at stake for this. Fingers on the buzzers, please. What 5-letter word links an 1867 symphonic poem by Mussorgsky, a 1936 documentary film with words by W.H. Auden, a large group portrait by Rembrandt, and the play by...
Glasgow Hampson.
Night.
Night is correct. Set of bonuses are on an island, Glasgow. Around 60 kilometres from the European mainland, which island did the Royal Navy seize from Denmark in 1807? It remained under British rule until 1890, when it was transferred to the German Empire.
Gotland?
No, it's Heligoland. Britain has got a new suit in exchange for an old trouser button. These words of the explorer Henry Morton Stanley refer to the exchange of Heligoland for which German possession united with Tanzania in 1964?
Zanzibar, is it? Is it Zanzibar?
So, Zanzibar?
Zanzibar is correct. Born in Bavaria in 1901, which physicist made a breakthrough in the formulation of quantum theory during a visit to Heligoland in 1925? A plaque on a stone monument on the island now marks the event.
It's like a Heisenberg or...
Heisenberg. Bohr, maybe? No,
Bohr's Danish.
I'd go with Heisenberg.
Heisenberg?
It was Werner Heisenberg. 10 points for this. From the Greek word for change, what noun means the sum of the chemical reactions that occur within a living organism to maintain life?
Emmanuel Harris.
Metabolism.
Metabolism is correct. Your bonuses are on Renaissance court painters, Emmanuel. Born 1532, the portraitist Sophonisba Anguissola spent most of her career at the court of which king of Spain? Her portrait of him hangs in the Prado with her paintings of his wives, Elizabeth of Valois and Anna of Austria.
Well, if it's 1532, maybe Ferdinand and Isabella, Spain, maybe?
Which regnal number?
No, I think it's Charles V.
Charles V.
Charles V?
No, it's Philip II. After a successful career in Bologna, Lavinia Fontana served as a painter to the papal office between 1604 and 1614. She worked chiefly in which artistic style, characterised by stylised and elongated figures in highly artificial poses?
Baroque.
No, it's mannerism. And finally, in 1543, the Flemish miniaturist Levina Teerling was invited to the court of which monarch following the death of the previous court painter, Hans Holbein the Younger?
Henry VIII.
Correct. 10 points for this. Born in London in 1899, which filmmaker directed works adapted from...
Glasgow Barn.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Correct. These bonuses are on the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, Glasgow. To date, the youngest Nobel laureate in chemistry is Frédéric Joliot, who at the age of 35 shared the prize with his wife, Irene. Who was his mother-in-law?
It's quite a question.
Maybe someone famous, obviously. Right, Marie Curie.
Correct. In 1964, who became the third woman to receive the chemistry prize? She used X-ray techniques to determine the structure of important biological substances.
Dorothy Hodgkin.
Correct. Which British chemist is the only person to date to have been awarded 2 Nobel Prizes in chemistry? He received the awards in 1958 and 1980.
Pass.
It's Frederick Sanger. We're going to take a picture round. For your picture starter, you'll see an island shown in isolation. For 10 points, give me this island's 2-word name.
Emmanuel MacDonald.
New Guinea.
New Guinea is correct. Your picture bonuses are 3 more international islands. That is, islands whose territory is divided between 2 or more sovereign nations. This time, the national borders will be marked as an additional clue. In each case, what I need is the name specifically of the island. Firstly.
Timor.
Correct. Secondly.
Is that Sulawesi? St. Martin. Sorry? Is that St. Martin? St. Martin. It's about the right size. Yeah.
St. Martin's.
St. Martin is correct, yes. And finally.
Borneo. That's Borneo.
Borneo.
Borneo's right. Right, 10 points for this. He dismantled the classic iconography of cowboys and homesteaders, of American dreams and white picket fences. Those words refer to which actor and playwright who died in 2017? His best-known plays...
Emmanuel MacDonald.
Sam Shepard.
Sam Shepard is correct. Your bonuses are on the Hindu goddess Durga. Durga is usually depicted riding a tiger or which other carnivore of an Asiatic population that can be found in Gir in the Indian state of Gujarat.
Leopard? Yeah, leopard.
Leopard?
No, it's a lion, Indian lion. According to legend, Durga was created by gods including Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva to destroy the demon Mahishasura. The demon took the form of which large bovid, known binomially as Bubalus bubalus?
What's a bovid?
Bovid. So bovine, cow-related.
Bull, maybe?
Bull?
No, it's a buffalo. Durga's victory over this demon is celebrated in a festival called Durga Puja. In Kolkata, the festival culminates in idols of Durga being immersed in which river?
Oh, Kolkata's on the... It's not the Irrawaddy.
No, is it on the Ganges?
It's on the Ganges, maybe?
Ganges?
Ganges is correct. Yep. 10 points for this. Listen carefully. In a mathematical magic square in which the 3 numbers in each row, horizontally, diagonally and vertically, add up to the same number, what is the number in the centre of the square if the other numbers, clockwise from top left, are 2, 7, 6, 1, 8, 3, 4 and 9?
Glasgow Barn.
5.
5 is correct. Your bonuses are on animals whose common names combine 2 other animal names. For example, raccoon, dog. Give the name from the description in each case, please. Firstly, numerous families of the order Siluriformes, distinguished by their protruding barbels, a widespread European species, is often known by the German name Wels.
I bet it's going to be two animals.
Let's see.
We don't know. Mole rat. I don't know. Okay, mole rats.
No, they're catfish. Rhynchodontippus, the largest living fish. It feeds chiefly on plankton.
Is that a sunfish?
No,
that's
like
animals. That's 2 animals, yeah.
Dogfish. Whale. Dogfish works.
Dogfish.
Dogfish.
No, it's a whale shark. New World primates of the genus Ateles, thirdly, named in reference to their unusually long limbs and prehensile tails.
That's spider monkeys.
Correct. 10 points for this. Active in the 5th century BC, Myron is noted for a sculpture of a man engaged in what event of the ancient...
Emmanuel Cagini.
Discus throwing.
Correct. Well done, you've taken the lead. Your bonuses this time are on photographic self-portraits. Which British artist's photographic self-portraits include the nude "The Last Thing I Said to You Is Don't Leave Me Here" and "I've Got It All," in which she depicts herself cradling money?
Self. Maybe Tracy Emin? No, she's not a photographer. But like, you'll try it. Artist.
Tracy Emin.
Correct. Which US photographer's works include untitled film stills, a series of self-portraits in which she posed as various female stereotypes from the cinema of the 1950s and 60s?
You say filmmaker or artist?
Sort of photographic artist.
Warhol did a lot of photography.
It said she.
Oh, OK. Eve Arnold.
Eve Arnold?
No, it's Cindy Sherman. Which US artist's late works include a series of self-portraits in drag made in the early 1980s in collaboration with the photographer Christopher Makos?
That could be Warhol.
Warhol?
Correct. 10 points for this. Popularised by a television series in the 1970s, what 6-letter term designates artificial electromechanical body parts? In the plural, it denotes the study of mechanical systems that function...
Glasgow Barn.
Bionic.
Bionics is correct. Your bonuses this time, Glasgow, are on the solar system. In 2016, data from the Messenger mission showed that the surface of Mercury is dusted with which allotrope of carbon?
Allotrope of carbon?
Diamonds.
Diamond, charcoal?
Oh, that would make sense, actually.
Diamonds.
Yeah.
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
No, it's graphite. What element forms the plastic ice of Sputnik Planitia, a slowly convecting plane on Pluto?
I don't understand the question. What's plastic ice?
Plastic ice? Don't know, some form
of... Okay.
Anything?
OK, ammonia.
No, it's nitrogen. Finally, the clouds seen on Saturn's moon Titan are mainly composed of droplets or crystals of ethane and what other simpler hydrocarbon?
I'm sure that's methane.
Yes, it is methane.
Yeah,
methane.
Methane is correct. 10 points for this. What term for a unit of digital information appears within the name of the form of church government prominent in England during the Civil War and Commonwealth and used by the present-day Church of Scotland?
Glasgow Whitefoot.
Bit.
Anyone like to buzz in, Emmanuel?
Emmanuel Mayer.
Byte.
Byte is correct. B-Y-T-E. It comes in Presbyterian, of course. So you get a set of bonuses on political parties in Germany, Emmanuel. In 2000, Angela Merkel became the first female leader of the CDU. For what do those 3 letters stand? You can answer in English or in German.
Christian Democratic Union? Yeah.
Christian Democratic Union.
Correct. What is the English translation of Die Linke? The party has its origins in the Socialist Unity Party that ruled the former East Germany.
The left.
Correct. And finally, another political party is known by the names of both the former parties whose merger in 1993 created it. One is Alliance 90, the other is what short name by which the party is more commonly known?
The Greens.
The Greens.
The Greens, Die Grünen, yes. Right, we're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of popular music. For 10 points, I want the name of the band performing.
Glasgow Hampson.
It's Blondie.
It is Blondie, yes. As you obviously know, Debbie Harry sings the middle verses in French. And for your music bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more songs by Anglophone acts that include refrains or interludes in other languages. Name the band or the artist in each case. Firstly, this solo artist.
It's Beck.
It is Beck, yes. Secondly, this band.
It's Franz Ferdinand.
It is Franz Ferdinand. And finally, this band.
Oh, is this, I think, is it Blur?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it Blur? Blur?
It is Blur, yes. Well done. Right, 10 points for this. The insect order Demaptera comprises about 1,800 species known by what common name, deriving from the belief that they could enter a sleeping human head through one of its orifices?
Emmanuel MacDonald.
Earwig.
Earwig is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on optimism, Emmanuel. In the 1710 work, Theodicy, which German philosopher expounded the idea that we live in the best of all possible worlds that God could have created?
1710 is before Kant.
It's not Leibniz, is it Leibniz?
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, try that.
Leibniz?
Correct. Which German philosopher said that Leibniz was a miserable little candlelight and in a work of 1819 described optimism as a bitter mockery of the unspeakable suffering of humanity?
It could be Schopenhauer or Kant. Schopenhauer was
Hegel
quite like
was a
miserable.
bit miserable.
Schopenhauer was very miserable. Though.
Schopenhauer?
Correct.
Yeah, well then.
Very miserable man indeed. And finally, one of the best-known works of French literature, which novel of 1759 is a satirical rejection of Leibniz's optimistic view?
Voltaire's Candide. Candide.
Candide by Voltaire, yes. Right, 10 points for this. To which office of state was John Aislabie appointed in March 1718? Nearly 3 years later, he was found guilty of infamous corruption in promoting and profiting from the South Sea bubble.
Glasgow Herbert.
Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Correct. These bonuses are on physics, Glasgow. In classical mechanics, what may be calculated by the formula half mv squared, where m is mass and v is velocity? I need a two-word term.
Kinetic energy.
Correct. What quantity corresponds to mass when calculating the kinetic energy of a rotating body? Its symbol is an uppercase letter I.
Inertia.
I need a three-word term.
Oh, moment of inertia.
Moment of inertia.
Correct. What is the standard unit of kinetic energy in the SI system? It is named after a Lancashire-born physicist.
Oh, wait. Standard unit of kinetic energy?
Lancashire-born.
Lancashire-born physicist.
Yeah.
Would that be Jill?
Don't know, listen.
Is
Is it a Dalton?
I've not heard of Dalton. I normally use Jill's.
If you thought it was Joule, I would go for that. Look at Joule.
Joule is correct, yes.
Oh.
10 points for this. Sections of which major mountain system include the White Mountains, the Green Mountains and the Berkshire Hills, in addition to the Shenandoah and Great Smoky Mountains National Parks?
Emmanuel Nair.
Allegheny.
You lose 5 points. Glasgow, one of you may buzz.
Glasgow Hampson.
The Rocky Mountains.
No, it's the Appalachians. 10 points for this. Established by George III in 1768, which institution's 34 founder members included two women, Mary Moser and Angelica Kaufman?
Emmanuel MacDonald.
The Royal Society.
Anyone like to buzz from Glasgow?
Glasgow Hampson.
The Royal Institution.
No, it's the Royal Academy of Arts. 10 points for this. A letter of the Swedish alphabet is the official symbol of which unit used to measure wavelengths of...
Glasgow Whiteford.
Angstrom.
Angstrom is correct, yes. So you take the lead. They're on national trails in England and Wales, these bonuses. Chequers, the Prime Minister's country residence, is visible from which national trail named after a prehistoric route?
So it's
Is that the Jurassic?
It's in Buckinghamshire.
Oh, never mind.
That's around your way.
Yeah.
No, it's like it's in Buckinghamshire, Oxfordshire kind of area. The Cotswolds Trail.
No, it's the Ridgeway. Which national trail runs past Chirk Castle, a march of fortress begun during the reign of Edward I?
Any idea at all?
I have no idea.
Pennine Way.
I was going to say Pennine Way. Pennine Way?
No, it's Offa's Dyke Path. The Norfolk Coast Path passes close to which Palladian mansion built for Thomas Coke, the first Earl of Leicester in the 18th century?
This is not my strong point.
Oh, God. Okay, well, Dorney Palace, Dorney House.
Okay. How about like Badminton or Burley or something like that?
But Burley House.
Burley.
Burley House.
No, it's Hokham Hall. Right, we're going to take another picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a still from a television show. For 10 points, I want you to identify the character shown, and I need both his first name and surname.
Glasgow Hampson.
It's Alan Partridge.
It is Alan Partridge, yes. The character of Alan Partridge was co-created by the comedy writer and producer Armando Iannucci. Your picture bonuses are stills from 3 more television series created or co-created by him. This time I want the title of each series. Firstly...
Is that Veep?
Yeah, this is from Veep.
That is Veep, yes. Secondly...
That's the day-to-day.
It is. And finally, this television series.
And
the thick of it.
That is the thick of it.
It is. Right, 10 points for this. The piers at Aberystwyth and Brighton are sites where which common British bird may be seen during the autumn?
Glasgow Hampson.
Starlings.
Starling is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on English words of Arabic origin. In each case, identify the word from the description. Derived ultimately from the Arabic for zero, a six-letter word meaning a code or monogram.
Oh, is that cipher?
Cipher?
Cipher is correct. From the Arabic for storehouse, an eight-letter word meaning a periodical or receptacle for gun cartridges or a store for military arms.
Magazine.
Correct. After a major city of present-day Iraq, a six-letter word for a fine, lightweight cotton cloth.
So that's like
Baghdad, Kafir?
kefir, isn't it? It's called like kefir.
Something like that. Yeah.
And that's how many letters was it? Is it kefir? Okay, kefir.
No, it's muslin from Mosul.
Oh, right.
10 points for this. Give two answers promptly, naming the countries on either side of the Red Sea that are crossed by the Tropic of Cancer.
Emmanuel Nair.
Egypt and Saudi Arabia.
Correct. These bonuses are on the monarchy, Emmanuel. After a period of civil war, the Treaty of Wallingford agreed that which royal figure should accede to the throne after the death of the incumbent?
Oh, it could be Charles after a long period of civil war.
The incumbent. Would it be?
After Charles II. James II?
Yeah.
James II?
No, it's Henry II. Which ruler's path to the throne was helped by the Declaration of Breda, which he issued while in exile?
Breda is like around 1635. I mean, Velasquez did surrender Breda in 1635, so it was around that exile. Charles II, maybe?
Charles II?
Correct. Which short-lived figure was proclaimed queen partly because her predecessor wrote My Devise for the Succession?
Lady Jane Grey? Lady Jane Grey?
Correct. 10 points for this. In marine biology, what is the common name of the Scyphozoa? They are free-swimming...
Glasgow Whiteford.
Plankton?
No. You lose 5 points. Free-swimming animals with a gelatinous umbrella-shaped bell and trailing tentacles.
Emmanuel Harris.
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish is correct. You've got a set of bonuses on the Irish physician and naturalist Hans Sloane. In 1727, Sloane became president of the Royal Society, succeeding which physicist and mathematician?
It could be Hooke, it could be Newton, probably Newton.
Newton?
Correct. Following a voyage to the Caribbean, Sloane is thought to have produced one of the first recipes for which hot drink?
Coffee? Hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate is from Aztec times. Some of that...
No, but for Europe.
Oh, hot chocolate?
Yeah, drinky chocolate's right. Several thousand items belonging to Sloane formed part of the original collection of which cultural institution that opened in London in 1759?
It could be the British Museum, I think.
Try it.
Or the Natural History Museum, because Sloane was a...
The National History Museum? Natural History Museum?
No, it's the British Museum. There are about 4 minutes to go. 10 points for this. Which British artist was the subject of a record-breaking Tate retrospective in 2017, the most visited exhibition for any living artist held at a Tate gallery?
Emmanuel Nair.
Hurst.
Anyone like to buzz from Glasgow?
Glasgow Herbert.
David Hockney is correct. Your bonuses, Glasgow, this time are on winter. In each case, identify the poet who wrote the following. From a work of 1922, I read much of the night and go south in the winter.
Right, 1922, so it's going to be someone who reads
modern. Second generation romantic. So could
I was thinking Eliot, but I mean...
1822, did you say?
No, 1922.
Oh,
1922.
T.S. Eliot.
It was T.S. Eliot, yes. From a work of 1819, if winter comes, can spring be far behind?
1819, right?
1819.
So let's say...
That sounds like someone like...
Well, that was a couple of years
Byron,
before both Keats and Shelley died, so it could be one of the later pieces.
Byron.
Yeah.
yeah, fine.
Byron.
No, that was Shelley from his Ode to the West Wind. And finally, how like a winter hath my absence been from thee, the pleasure of the fleeting year?
Sounds like something John Donne would write.
Could be like, could be Shakespeare or something.
John Donne?
No, that's Shakespeare. 3 minutes to go. 10 points for this. Found in almost all proteins, 2-aminoacetic acid is commonly known by what shorter name after its sweet taste?
Emmanuel Harris.
Glutamine.
You lose 5 points.
Glasgow Hampson.
Aspartamine?
No, it's glycine. 10 points for this. The directive alla tedesca refers to the musical style of what people or nationality?
Glasgow Barn.
Indonesia.
No, anyone like to buzz from Emmanuel?
Emmanuel MacDonald.
The Basque?
No, it's German. 10 points for this. Which Victorian novel takes its title from the 5 words that precede ignoble strife in Thomas Gray's elegy written in a country churchyard?
Glasgow Barn.
Something wicked this week comes.
Emmanuel Cagini.
Far from the madding crowd.
Correct. These bonuses are on wars fought by the British in Asia. In each case, identify the nationality of the opposing army based on the location of the battles. Firstly, Ghazni in 1839, Chirasiab in 1879, and Maiwand in 1880.
Afghanistan. Yeah, that sounds
Afghanistan.
Right.
Correct. Secondly, Madras in 1746.
India.
Washington. No, it's France. And finally, Arakan in 1942 to 43, and Kohima and Imphal in 1944.
Japan.
Japan is correct. 10 points for this. I need a 6-letter term here. In anatomy, what is the opposite of the adjective proximal?
Glasgow Hampson.
Distal?
Distal is correct. These bonuses are on the former England cricket captain Michael Vaughan. Michael Vaughan made his international test debut against South Africa in 1999 at the Wanderers Stadium in which city?
It's not Australia or England, so it's like New
South
Zealand.
Africa.
It's South
No,
Africa.
it's a city,
remember, it's a city in
So it's like, it's not going to be Johannesburg or Cape Town, I would say.
So
Come on, let's have it, please.
Durban.
No, it's Johannesburg. Vaughan's highest test score of 197 came in 2002 against which international team at Nottingham?
Perhaps Sri Lanka, West Indies?
Australia?
India.
It is. And finally, in 2005, Vaughan became the first English captain to win an Ashes series since 1986 to 87. Who had captained England in the earlier series?
So that is both of them, I guess.
Yeah, well,
It
he's
could
the obvious
be.
one, isn't he?
Yeah.
It could be.
Or Gooch. Should we go Graham Gooch?
Come on, let's have it.
Graham Gooch.
No, it was Mike Gatting. 10 points for this. In 1814, Jane Austen stated that she was becoming very tired of Artaxerxes, a once popular opera by which English composer? And let the wrong, Emmanuel College, Cambridge have 175, but the University of Glasgow have 200. Well, bad luck, Emmanuel. You might come back as one of the highest-scoring losing teams. Who knows? 175 is a very good score anyway, and it was a very nice, keenly fought game. Thank you very, very much indeed. Many congratulations to you, Glasgow. We shall look forward to seeing you definitely in the next stage of the competition. I hope you can join us next time for another first-round match. But until then, it's goodbye from Emmanuel College, Cambridge.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Glasgow University.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.